I'm about to lay it to Trina. I'm about to lay it to her. Trina finna get this work. I'm aggravated. I'm bothered. All right. So check this out, y'all. I'm sure you guys all know who Trina is. She's a hip hop diva and whatnot. She goes by the alias, the baddest bitch. Okay, so she was asked, what she feels about the protesting going on behalf of George Floyd. And she immediately exclaims, keep everybody off the street, these animals off the street. They're running around Miami-Dade County acting like they escaped from the zoo. Wow. And then she said half of the marchers are not even caring about Floyd. My question is, do you care about George Floyd? Because for you to sit there and call them animals based on their pain and their hurt and the suffering, because we've seen yet another unarmed black man killed for no reason but pure racism. And you, as a black woman, refer to your own people and people of many other races and ethnicities as animals. So let's go ahead. Let's continue through this. Let's work through this. Um, so the conversation continued, and the show co-host Trick Daddy tried to explain the importance of these protests. And then he said, when the police get behind you and them red and blue lights come on, you're not supposed to be scared. Trina interjects and says, I'm never scared. I have my license and my registrations and insurance. I know my rights. Then she got frustrated. And then I think the reason why she was upset is because a friend whose business that is called Business in Bayside Marketplace was destroyed in the midst of the protest. So this is personal for Trina. And she's sitting here saying that the protesters don't really care about George Floyd. Yet the reason why she's mad at the protesters is because of something that has nothing to do with George Floyd, but everything to do with the fact that a friend of hers' business was vandalized. So let's call a spade a spade. The issue has nothing to do with them running around Dade County acting like animals. You're mad because your friend's shop got destroyed. And I understand. I'm pretty sure anybody would understand that. But you're not going to call all of the protesters animals and then say that they don't care about George Floyd just because they damaged property. That tells me they care a lot about what happened. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So she said, my friend got insurance, but she also been locked down for 60 days, also like us, and she also don't have money like me, so I don't approve it. Trina, okay, so her grammar is pretty terrible. Well, her articulation is pretty terrible. So going on, of course, Trina's comments blew up on social media. Particularly on Twitter. People are deleting her all over the place and starting petitions to have her fired from the show because that was extremely irresponsible. When you have a platform as large as Trina's, you have to watch what you say. Keep in mind, my channel has been demonetized for me being irresponsible, and I have a very small platform of less than 10,000 people viewing me. And whenever I do post a live, it's usually about 6 or 7, sometimes 8 people that are on my live stream. So I don't have that many people watching me, and I've had to suffer consequences. So what should happen to Trina? The fact that millions are hearing the things that she's saying. Well, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. So, I want to go ahead and let you guys hear some of what happened. Hopefully, I don't get this.
To 6 a.m. and will be
so check this out.
stem the spread of the new coronavirus in Florida, Gimenez imposed a countrywide curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and will be enforced until Gimenez lifts the order. They need to make the curfew at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's how I feel.
No.
Keep everybody off the street, these animals off the street that are running around in Miami-Dade County.
You hear this? You hear this, Trent?
Have escaped from a zoo. Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. That's how I feel.
What the streets got to do with
so the streets can be nice and clean.
You got money.
We're not talking about the lives. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about the lives.
Yes, it was in the interview.
You got money.
Yeah.
These people got to go to work. These people been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown too.
Okay.
Trina, you're a different.
I've been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown just like
Okay, hold on. Let me pause it right there because I got to say something.
Okay.
So Trina says, okay, I've been on lockdown too. Trina, you are a pop icon, a hip hop icon. You have royalties. You have residual. That platform in which you speak on, you still get money for, whether you show up to the station or not. All they have to do is hear your voice. So how dare you sit there and say, well, I've been on lockdown too. Okay, but you got millions of dollars. Some of these people don't have a pot to piss in. They have no choice but to go to work so they can feed their kids. You idiot. But let me go ahead and start it back. Because there's 9 minutes worth of stupidity coming out of this tramp's mouth. I'm not gonna call it a B word on YouTube.
I agree with that.
They're about to lose their mind.
We're all about to lose our mind.
And just because one person.
So today their minds are all back. Everybody's minds is back today good. Because the weekend it was they back good. Okay.
Their mind. One day it's gonna get their mind good. But it'll help.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
That's done somewhere.
And that means tear by city. That means tear by city.
Ain't nobody tear up no city.
That means tear by. That means run through and tear by stores and burn down our stuff and breaking our stores and go and tear up Bayside Marketplace and tear up my friend's shop that has a son and the kid to take care of her family. You go demolish the shop for something. No. Yeah, it's definitely personal. It's definitely personal because I feel like at the end of the day,
your friend got insurance.
She got insurance, but she's also been locked down for 60 days, also like us, and she also don't have money like me. So I don't approve of it, period.
Okay.
I don't approve of it, period.
I don't either, but
you don't want nobody burning down Sundays, let's be very clear.
But
okay, and you have insurance.
But let me tell you this.
You don't want to be snatching from ribs to collard greens. Let's be very clear. Yeah.
Bring back.
We can't bring back anything. We can't bring back nobody's lives that has been taken away, whether it was from the police or the hands of another civilian. We cannot bring them back. We cannot bring them back.
She wouldn't even let him finish.
At all. I can't bring back my little brother's life. His life was taken by the hands of a man, a black man. I can't bring his life back. So what are you saying? Let's be fair, because I'm ready today.
What was the point of saying by the hands of a black man?
Today is the day. That's what we're talking about. Yes, I'm ready today.
We're not talking about that.
We're talking about it. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
We're talking about it. Y'all always sweep that under the rug and y'all want to make something else. We're going to talk about it all today. Yeah. Now,
we're talking about black lives.
Listen to her, y'all.
The black lives that matter, right? The same black lives that are taken from the hands of other black people. Those matter too, huh? All right.
What I won't do, I will not compare.
You ain't gotta compare it. I'm living in the life of it.
Hold on, let me pause this so I can read your comment. She needs to get checked. Her very irresponsible comments. She is calling people animals just because they are protesting doesn't mean they are looting and are tearing up your friend's shop. She's ugly. Yeah, I really hate Trina for this because she had a large amount of my respect. But let me work through this audio.
A life is a life.
She's pissing me off.
Period. A life is a life. No matter how it was, whether it was a car accident, whether it was from a police, whether it was from the hands of another black man, a life was taken. Simple.
I got it. All right. I'm glad you said trick.
Fired Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been arrested and charged with third-degree murder. Third-degree murder and manslaughter. Okay, third-degree murder means a homicide committed with the intention of causing bodily harm, but not necessarily death. If convicted, he could get 25 years in prison or a murder charge up to 10 years in prison for manslaughter. And that's supposed to justify everything, right?
Thank you.
Are you going to put him in a death chair? Because otherwise, all the rest of the stuff y'all doing don't make sense to me. That's what I'm saying. Now, I have so much to say, Miami. I am fired up. I am pissed off, and I am ready today. So, that's it. I don't have to be
Thank you.
I'm a grown person, and I'm not contradicting myself at all. I know what I want to say. I have everything I want to say, and not you and nobody else ain't gonna tell me how to say it. This morning, Monday morning, I am ready. I'm ready to speak and say what I gotta say. All y'all fake for the protests and the fake. Oh, we so concerned about George Floyd. Half of y'all are marching. I'm not even caring about this man. People are just doing maliciously.
Everybody wants in looting and burning up stuff.
Thank you.
You cannot compare what other people are doing to the people that are using this for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Because it's a handful of them. It's only a handful of them. The rest of us are tired of it. When the police get behind you and the red and blue lights come on, you're not supposed to be scared. You're not supposed to be scared.
I'm never scared. I have my license and registration and insurance. I'm not scared. I know my rights.
Everybody that got killed by the police.
Exactly.
Well, that's it.
Not necessarily.
That's it for Trina State.
She basically just discredited every situation that's happened with black people that also have their license and registrations when they're pulled over by the police and still end up dead anyway. She is so dismissive of everything that's been exactly like she got more and more pissed off at him because he was saying you have to be responsible. She said, I don't have to be responsible. I'm a grown, almost said she's a grown, you know what woman, and that she doesn't have to be responsible because she's a grown woman and ain't nobody gonna tell her what she can say and how she can say it. First of all, lady, when you have a platform of any kind, as a matter of fact, her mentioning her that she's a grown woman and saying that she doesn't have to be responsible is a contradiction. Because adulthood, part of being responsible is part of being an adult. So when you're an adult, period, you're supposed to be responsible. When you have the type of power that Trina has, you're supposed to be even more responsible. Because now you have way more faces looking at you. You have way more ears listening to you. And the fact that she did not understand why he was saying, hey, we're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about Black lives being taken. And she said, oh, yeah, because Black lives matter, right? The same Black lives that are taken at the hands of other Black people. So you really want to throw Black on Black crime out there, huh? The reason there is no protest about Black on Black crime is because when a Black person kills another Black person, that person is punished. That person is punished. There is no slap on the wrist. If I go kill somebody, it don't matter what color that person is. It doesn't matter where that person is from. I will be punished for it. And it won't take riots for that to happen. It won't take pictures on a shirt for that to happen. It won't take posts on social media for that to happen. It's happening immediately. The moment they find out I am guilty, I'm going down. The reason for the protest is because that is not the same case for police brutality and the killing of unarmed Black men and women at the hands of the police. The man was handcuffed, face down, and he was killed anyway. A man was shot for trying to pull out his license. He's now dead. Anyone should be worried when we have a handful of bad cops out there and say that because not every cop is bad. Exactly. And I remember seeing that video too. That cop told him to pull out the license. He told him to pull out his license. He put his hands on the steering wheel. If a man's initial reaction when you pull up to the car is to put his hands on the steering wheel, why in the world would you feel threatened? Why in the world would you feel like that man has a gun and is going to shoot you? Usually you get that type of reaction right away, if that's what that person's intent is. What kind of cop killer puts his hands on the steering wheel and then immediately complies? The dude was eating. I'm so disappointed in Trina. I'm so disgusted with her. But you know what? the way I look at it is, for one, how can we respect somebody that for the longest called themselves the baddest bitch? Even made an album about it. And then 8 years after making an album called The Baddest Bitch, called one still the baddest. She just took the B word out of it. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? She's talking about people not caring about, not caring about the George Floyd's death, and her. She seems to care so much about her friends. She doesn't condone it. She doesn't approve of it. So first of all, when you're a millionaire, usually philanthropy is a big part of your life. Trina has the shortest, the puniest philanthropy resume I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Trina started one nonprofit organization called Diamond Doll Foundation that helps you. It's nice. It helps younger girls with their life struggles. Cool, that's awesome. And the organization is partnered with the Florida Entertainment Summit to organize the Jingle Bell toy drive for children in South Florida. So cool. That's what's up. Have you ever given any money to Black Lives Matter? But since you don't believe in that, have you given any money to All Lives Matter? Have you given any money to Make-A-Wish Foundation? Have you ever donated any money to beating cancer? Have you done any of that? Have you done any of it? Have you donated money anywhere? No. You have one thing on your resume for philanthropy, and you got the nerve to talk down on people that are protesting the death of a black man, and they ain't got no money? And they ain't got no money? They're doing all they can do. Destruction may be the only card that these people have to play. 9 times out of 10, it is the only card they have to play. Because look what all the peaceful protests has gotten us. Gets us kicked out of the NFL. Gets us pepper sprayed with mace, shot in the head with rubber bullets. Yeah, not too long ago, a girl that was about the age of 22, the middle of her forehead was split open. Split open. They had to hold it together like this for just to slow down the bleeding. And then come to find out there's a crack. There's a crack in the skull too. Cracked that girl's head wide open by shooting her in the face with a rubber bullet. When a rubber bullet hurts wherever it hits you. If that rubber bullet would have hit her in the knee, she would have went down. But my thing is though, what's the point of shooting a 100-pound girl with a rubber bullet? What up, Brandon G? So y'all go ahead and get some feedback on what you guys just heard Trina say, and what you think about it. I know that there's going to be some people that don't agree with what I'm saying and probably do agree with Trina. So I need you guys to have definitive arguments if you do not agree that woman is wrong. Because she got extremely personal about an issue that affects people all over the world. This matter affects people all over the world, and she wants to get personal and talk about her brother and talk about, her struggles and what she's gone through in her life because she lost her brother. I understand that. That's sad. But you should have done more behind losing your brother instead of just moving on. Straight up. When she brought up her brother, why didn't she elaborate? Why didn't she tell us whether or not the person did time behind killing her brother? Because we don't know that. I don't know if you had to do time, if the guy went to jail for it. Did he get murdered? Did he get a murder charge? Did he get first-degree murder charge? Then she said, So are y'all gonna strap this man to a chair and kill him or what? Because that none the rest of this stuff don't make sense to me. Why would you say that, bro? Like, why would you say that? Why would you even think about something like that? Knowing that street justice is something that takes place very often in the streets. Why would you say that? Why would you even give an incentive for people to do that? My opinion, Black Lives Matter confuses me at times. Reason being, which Black lives are we talking about? I definitely understand that. And the thing is, whenever I hear Black Lives Matter, I hear them talking about the people that did not receive justice for the Black Lives Matter. Hold on, son. Hold on, son, please. I think they're talking about the people that did not receive justice for having their lives taken. So when I know what you mean when you say which Black lives, you're talking about the people that are killed at the hands of other Black people. Well, guess what? They're showed that their lives matter when the people that killed them go to jail for it. When a Black person kills another Black person, the killer goes to jail for it. The killer goes to jail or street justice takes place. All the time you hear about, gang retaliation and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, either that person gets taken out by the streets or he goes to jail behind it. You very rarely hear about a Black person murdering somebody and getting away with it. The reason why Black Lives Matter is around is because when we see a white police officer kill an unarmed Black man or woman and they get a slap on the wrist for it, that's them telling us that that Black person who just died, that's telling us that their life didn't matter. So that's what the movement's all about. All Black lives matter. All Black lives matter. But guess what? When somebody goes to jail behind it, we know that particular life mattered. When somebody gets a slap on the wrist for it, we're being told and we're being shown that that person's life didn't matter. When we see a bunch of people that don't look like us on the internet saying he was resisting arrest, oh, look at his criminal background, oh, he's got MySpace or Facebook pictures with him putting up the middle finger, oh, gang signs, he sagged his pants, look how he was dressed, he has this prior criminal history. Listen to what this person that's encountered him had to say about him. So they're justifying the death of that Black man or woman. What about Tamir Rice? He was a kid. What about the baby girl who was having an asthma attack and her father was rushing her to the hospital? And a police officer stops them and somehow ends up standing on the hood of the car, firing hundreds of bullets through the windshield. Hundreds of bullets through the windshield. That little baby girl had 50 plus holes in her while having an asthma attack. 50 plus holes. She was 6. She was half the age of my students. 6 years old. 50 plus bullets in her. So when you tell me, hold on, I'm gonna read your comment before I go on. As Black people, we never win. Either the person is acquitted or hardly gets any time. Exactly. Oscar Grant's killer, 11 months. Botham John killer got 10 years and can be out in 5. Exactly. And she kicked his door in. You know what I'm saying? She ran up in his house. There's a video of her screaming and yelling, "Let me in." But she said she walked into and thought it was her apartment and saw somebody lunging after her. Come on now. They were intimate with each other. They were sleeping together. And he didn't want to make it exclusive. So she killed him. Straight up. Straight up. So I hope I answered your question, Brandon. And sorry, sometimes when I talk about these things, I get a little emotional because that particular situation with the baby girl ending up with 50 plus holes in her just for having an asthma attack. That killed me. And the man got away with it. There's this disgusting video of him crying his eyes out when he was found not guilty. Yeah, and George Zimmerman, honestly, that man is the devil. Him and Hillary. I still can't believe that, he at one point he went on a little tour, driving all across the country and posting on social media which part of the country he was in at that time. Drove through Texas and didn't get touched. I was pissed off at Houston and Dallas for that. Man drove through Texas and didn't get touched. After people out here were talking all that noise about if George Zimmerman showed up out here, he'll do this, that, and the other. The man hosted a whole auction for that gun, and nothing happened to him. He sold the gun he killed Trayvon Martin with. They have to set the example with Floyd case. Exactly. People keep seeing the riots and they're talking about the looters and all this stuff, and they say, yes, it's very unfortunate that another black man was killed, but the rioting and the looting has to stop. Nah, partner. It's very unfortunate that the rioting and the looting is happening, but the killing of unarmed black men and women has to stop. That's how you state that. That's how you state that. Because when you say, oh, this is unfortunate, but you leave no need for that to stop in your statement, you're saying it's okay for that to keep happening, but we must leave these buildings alone. Nah. Sometimes things are going to get damaged. People break into stores and steal shit even when someone's life isn't taken. Stores can be rebuilt. Lives can't be brought back. So yeah, it's unfortunate that some people lost their businesses, but the killing of unarmed black people has to stop. Get your priorities straight. I promise if he gets anything less than life, get ready for part two. Right? Dead serious. That's it. And they can't expect anything less than that. What do they expect from people that have been bruised all their lives because of hatred we get for simply being black? Just because of how we look. Just because of how we look, it's okay to come take our lives like it's open season. And it's okay for people to point out our flaws and tarnish our names once we're dead. Come on now. They have no interest in respecting the lives of the dead. It's okay to talk bad of that person because they made a few mistakes in their life. So it's okay for that person to be killed in cold blood. Yeah, all right, homie. But when it turns around and it's you on the other side of this, we'll see how you take it. Cool. I just got another sponsorship, guys. So I'm trying to get back on my feet for doing this stuff, and so that I can provide more for you guys. But hey, those of you that are part of my Patreon, yeah, this Hillary video, I'm dropping a lot of bombs in it. a lot. Like I refuse to let her get away with what she's been doing. Yeah, so that's coming. That's coming. That's definitely coming. Anybody else have anything to contribute? Because in a minute, I'm about to end this. Anybody have anything else to contribute? Unfortunately, the interview with Trina wasn't long enough for me to have, enough things to just go in on. Even though I really would like to spend 2 hours slandering this tramp, but yeah, yeah, she's lost all my respect. Oh yeah, what's up? What's up? Go ahead and let it out, brother. Praying for all of us. Yes, and we need it too, Melissa. We all need it because we're entering into bad times right now, especially when somebody can literally have their life taken, and everyone else is worried about buildings being vandalized and stealing. I missed a bunch of the streams you going to go to a set schedule for them. Okay, so I should start doing that. Uh, Lately, what I've been doing is just kind of like going on the fly about things, and like whoever catches me catches, and somebody can get the playbacks. But the reason why I don't set a schedule is because if somebody does miss it, like I always encourage people to go ahead and hit my comments section after I do these live streams because I reply to the comments as well. And I don't set a schedule usually because, like, being that I have a son and I have other business ventures, like it's very hard for me to stick to a routine or a schedule. What's up, Troll? You missed me going in on Trina, man, but once I make this a post, you'll see it. Yeah. So yeah, I'll make sure I get all of you guys taken care of in the comment section if you guys feel the need to comment after the video is posted. Okay, so update on my channel is I'm still demonetized. Right now I have my Patreon that's got 2 members. And I've been posting like affiliate links, but I can't find anybody that'll place ads on my video for the affiliate links. So basically, I've just been deep leaking to my channel. So every video I post, I put my links in there for people to go get some cool things like Fanatics, that store that sells jerseys and a bunch of sports gear and sportswear. I'm sponsored by them, and today I just got an email that I've been approved by Lifeline Fitness. So I'll start posting links for that. But yeah, can't find anybody to monetize me yet. So I'm still trying to get this situation figured out, and I have not received a response from old buddy on Twitter. So like I'm still pushing forward. Like I'm not giving up on none of this. Like they're gonna have to feel me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, is what it is. Rolling with the punches, man. Just rolling with the punches. And anybody that is interested in my joining my Patreon, just let me know and I can post a link. I'm about to end this in a few seconds. Yeah, I've been going live on Twitch. They don't like me on Twitch, man. I get a couple viewers that get on and they watch me, but they will not comment at all. Like they will not comment. So I'm actually going to get on Twitch today, play Call of Duty or something, and uh, we'll see how people engage with it. I hope that people watch this stream long enough to hear the audio of Trina actually saying those things. Because I play the audio right after I give like a little wow. I'm missing the word. After I give a summary of what happened. But hey, if anybody wants to join my Patreon, just go ahead and hit the comment on one of my videos, and I'll post a link there. All right. But for now, I fit in. Out. Oh wait, hold on, not yet. Hey guys, do something today to make yourself better for tomorrow. Hope everyone has a peaceful rest of the day. Peace and love to everyone. I appreciate that, Melissa. All right. I fit in. Out.